Hello and welcome. My name's Elsewhere. I play Magic. It's fun. We've talked a lot about this deck in my previous videos. This is the 7th session, I believe, I played with it, so I'm not going to talk much about it here. Just have it up on the screen so anyone new, if you're checking this out for the first time, you can see. If you're checking it out for the first time and you want to see more, or a more in-detail description of the card selection, there are, I believe, 6 videos up on my YouTube page about this deck, showing us playing it. We tore through Platinum with a great record. Now we're going to try to tear through Diamond. Diamond is full of more tier decks, a little bit more serious play, so we've had a rougher go of it. We went like 14-1 or something through, or 14-2 maybe, through Platinum, and now that we've been in Diamond, we've had a much rougher go of it. I believe we're maybe 7-6 in Diamond with this so far. So we are not on the play. Womp womp, already off to a bad start. But hello, my name's Elsewhere. If you're watching this, or if you've enjoyed previous content, please hit like, comment, and subscribe on the YouTube channel to help the algorithm. And we're going to play some Magic. What do we have? We've got... This is interesting, because this is a 2-drop. It looks like it's a curve of 2, 3, 4, but 2, if we play Pyromancer on 4, we might have to discard the heroics, which we definitely don't want to do. We're going to keep it, though. We're going to hope we draw better things to play than Pyromancer, or even things to discard to Pyromancer. What are they on? We've seen Mountain. That is certainly not enough to make any true educated guesses. We can think that they're on Burn. We could think that they're on any of the various red-black types, so they have a stop here, which, unless they've manually did a stop, means they have something in their hand that they could have cast. So something that targets us, like a shock, or a play with fire, I suppose. So now they're on double red. There's a mono red madness deck. Are they mono red madness? We're gonna play Clifftop, and we're gonna pass turn. Well, now we're going to be discarding double land to Seasoned Pyromancer. This is actually Seasoned Pyromancer. Might be showing. What is that? What is that? Alright. Remember how I was talking about we're going to play against more real decks and more tier decks in Diamond? I don't know what to say about Cultivator's Caravan. That is a interesting card selection. Talking about interesting card selection. See a pair of goblins. Well, either way, let's just play our Shepherd Dune and attack. We're not casting either of these before doing that. Shepherd Dune attack. We could play Pyromancer here, draw 2 cards. I think we're just going to play See a pair of goblins at the end of their turn, and then we'll heroic reinforcements on the next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 12 damage that we're swinging for next turn, potentially. Are they going to be mono red control? Is this big red? Mono red control with like Anger of the Gods and things? Oh no. If this is Anger of the Gods and things, we're in trouble. Anger of the Gods in Burn Down the Houses. Any sort of board wipes. Board wipes would be awful for us, and suddenly I'm thinking that they're like a big red build. Well, that's pretty good. We'll play Mountain Heroic. Yeah, any sort of board wipes are just terrible, terrible for us. What an interesting looking build. Spikefield Hazard, that's, I guess, a little bit of a bummer. Do they have another? How many of our creatures are we losing before this Heroics Reinforcements happens? I mean, yeah, we're losing 2 of them. I mean, at least that certainly seems to say that they're not holding an Anger of the Gods or anything of that nature. So hopefully this second Heroic Reinforcements is going to win this game. Ugin the Ineffable. They're going to make a token. Which, let's see. Yeah, they're dead. Got them. Heroic Reinforcements. And I would like to deal 10 to your face, please. Oh, we get to deal 12. Alright, well, we got game 1. We saw 1-for-1 removal, Cultivator's Caravan, Ugin the Inevitable. So are they're big red ramp? They're ramping into Ugins? They're ramping into Ugins. We definitely want to bring in the Redain. They're going to be bringing in Anger the Gods and things of that nature if they don't already have them in the main deck. So Gideon good. They don't really have non-basics. Yeah, the Adantos. 1, 2, 3, 4. So generally when we bring in the Adantos, and generally when board wipes are happening, we take out the Virtues. We've got 4 more cards that need to come out. I'm going to take out 1 Pyromancer, 1... Actually, I'm not going to take out the Servo Expeditions. Take out the Dragon Fodders. Servo Expedition, if they're playing Big Ugin that exiles for X, he exiles he exiles anything with a color. So he would not exile these 2 servos. So I would prefer to leave the servos in the deck. I believe another Pyromancer is coming out, as again we saw in a lot of those selections we did not cast them. Pyromancer wouldn't have been a bad play, but it wouldn't have been as good as all the other plays that we'd done. So here we go, game number 2. Let's see what we've got here. Alright, we get to turn 2 Adanto. So turn 2 Adanto is great. We will keep against their deck full of board wipes. We will play Bugbear on 1, so it comes into play untapped. We'll play Plains next turn. That way the Clifftop Retreats that we just drew will come into play untapped when we cast it on turn 3. And we'll play a History of Benalia. Alright. Hands coming together. Adanto Vanguard. Hopefully Adanto Vanguard says we win the game. That's hopefully Adanto Vanguard's text is we win the game. Well, unfortunately, I guess we're going to take some damage. We'll see if this Adanto Vanguard kills us, I guess is actually what we're going to do. Because if they just play out Bone Crusher Giant now, we are going to attack into it. If they block, we will pay 4 again. And we'll be at 12, which is low against a Burnish-style deck. Alright, we are going to turn our Vanguard sideways. No, don't use the ability. Attack. They are blocking, or thinking about it, but yeah, we're going to go to 12. We're going to play Clifftop Retreat, and we'll play History of Benalia. So, see what happens these next turns, but if we end up next turn we make a token with History of Benalia, that token will get haste with heroic reinforcements. They've got 1 mana. What are they going to do with 1 mana? 1 mana, to me, says 1-for-1 removal. So my turn. Play Shepherd Dune. And we're just going to go ahead and heroic reinforcements. They've got 1 mana. They clearly have something, so probably a shock or play with fire. Something like that ability. So they'll kill 1 of our tokens. 1 token down. Yep, Unholy Heat. Resolve. And we will go to combat. We'll all attack. They're at 9. They're at 9. Torch of Defiance. That's not great. That's not great in this board. I know. So what are they going to do? They're going to kill our Knight token? No, they're going to add 2 mana. 2 mana to do what? If they play land, Anger the Gods, that'd be good. Just a Braid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3. This is just +2, right? 4, 5, 6, 7. That's only 8 if we do a Sephet Dunes. What if we do Din of the Bugbear? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, that's 9. We'll turn on Din of the Bugbear. And we'll send it all up at their face. And that is 9 damage. That's the game. That's the match. that was interesting. I know I said earlier, it's like, oh, we're going to play against tiered decks. Apparently not. Apparently we're not going to play against tiered decks. So that was interesting. We'll try again and see what comes up in our next round. That was an interesting looking deck. We saw, were they on mono red planeswalkers, like a big red? Be interesting. It'd be interesting to see their list, and we definitely got lucky, because surely they were playing Sweltering Suns, Anger the Gods, all sorts of things of that nature, and they just didn't see them against us, and obviously they would have been very, very strong against us. So that was good that their removal spells were Abrade, Unholy Heat, Spike Field Hazard. Is that all we saw? Feels like that's all we saw. Alright, versus Carl de Charles. Carl de Charles. Sounds like Charles in charge. Back to playing first. We are going to be on the play. We're going to keep it, I suspect. My immediate thought is that we're keeping it. Kind of wish that Virtues was something that made 2 1/1s. But we'll turn 2 Virtue, turn 3 See a Pair Goblins, turn 4 Heroic Reinforcements. We'll keep. So what's coming into play turn 1? I guess we're going to play the Plains on turn 1. Not playing anything else. Don't have any tap lands. Plains makes Cliff Tops up. Plains also gives them the least information. We could be on all sorts of mono white builds or all sorts of multicolor decks with white in them. They mold to 5. We've lost a mold of 5s or 4s before. This deck, the bane of this deck is Esper Sentinel. Alright. So now I'm going to play Needle Pathway on red. We're going to play Virtue. Virtue, obviously not our strongest play, but it's okay. Now, Forbidden Friendship. Forbidden Friendship is an interesting one. I think we're just going to play this, and we're going to hold up See a Pair of Goblins. We'll hold up See a Pair of Goblins, we'll cast that at the end of their turn, and then if it resolves, we'll cast Heroic Reinforcements. Playing something... What are they playing? Yeah, mill 3 cards. I want to see the whole card. Mill 3 cards, then you may exile a creature card or enchantment card from your graveyard. If you do, create a 2/2 black zombie token. Do that twice. You gain X life and scry X or X number of zombies. Did they make a zombie? What did they exile? 3 lands. So, not great for them. We're going to make 2 goblins. Hello, goblin friends. We're going to play this on red. We're going to Heroic Reinforcements. And we're going to send 12 their way. I wonder if we should have... I wonder if there's an argument that we should have played something else there, in case they have Wrath of God here. That mill card seems like a weird deck for Wrath of God. Oh, they're Reanimator. They're a Reanimator deck. Interesting. Are they a... Surely they're not God Pharaoh's Gift. I think of God Pharaoh's Gift when I see Champion of Wits, because that's really the only place Champion of Wits saw play in Standard when it was around. So, see this card, think of that. Alright, what'd they discard? A Thoughtseize and a Watery Grave. So, interesting. They did mold a 5 here, so they're some sort of combo. Alright, I mean, yeah, they're just taking 6. They're just dead. Yeah, they realize it as well. Yeah, they probably, realizing that they're just taking 6 and dying there, they probably shouldn't have done that. I guess they did it because they weren't sure what they were going to hit. Yeah, that makes sense. Because had they hit, like, Elish Norn for those things. Wow, what an weird and interesting deck. Well, I mean, easily enough, Grafdigger's Cage is going to come in. So turn off some of those Reanimator effects. The biggest bummer with Grafdigger's Cage here is we're not sure like what exactly they're doing. So God Pharaoh's Gift, I believe, gets around Grafdigger's Cage. Yes, because it exiles the creature in the graveyard and it makes a token of it and puts that token into play. God Pharaoh's Gift doesn't actually put the actual card into play. So, much like Mizzix's Mastery, Grafdigger's Cage not good enough against God Pharaoh's Gift if that's what they're playing. We're still bringing it in because all we saw was Unmarked Grave. What else are we bringing in? Not the Elish Norn package. We're going to bring in Redain. Redain makes Unburial Rights. Unburial Rights, that's what that card's called. Redain makes Unburial Rights cost more. They had a lot of non-basic lands. I think we're going to play Archon, because it seems like they're going to try to be playing multiple draw cards, discard cards. So, I think we're going to take out the Virtues. And then we still need to take out one more card. Take out Virtues and take out one Pyromancer. Try this 60. Yeah, I don't think we need the Adantos. I'm not sure. The Adantos, maybe. We'll see if they play any board wipes this game, this turn. Like, they're on Reanimator, so it's possible they have board wipes. We didn't see their full Reanimator shell. We're going to keep this. Keep full Reanimator shell, because they could be on Stitcher Supplier. They could be on a lot of other things. Ooh, we drew the turn 1. So we're going to play this on white. Play our turn 1. Turn 2 will be Bugbear, so that comes into play untapped. And we'll play Forbidden Friendship, so we can go ahead and start the attacks. Or maybe they're going to... I guess if they were going to Thoughtseize this, they would have done it last turn unless they drew Thoughtseize. Alright, Bugbear, Forbidden Friendship. Forbidden Friendship. Dinosaurs and humans living together. Maybe. Maybe. Do they got Jawari? Actually, they have Test for Talents. Test of Talents. Well, they get to look at our deck. They are getting that information. They are countering this spell and removing all of them from our deck, which is powerful. That is maybe our best 2-drop. So yeah, that was a thing. And that also prevents us from flipping Legion's Landing. And they see our hand, so they know what we're on. Yeah, Test of Talents. Actually, Test of Talents is really strong against us. Alright, this time they did indeed make a zombie friend. We're going to play Den of the Bugbear. Stinks to show them that, because that was the only new card in our hand, so they now still have perfect information. Oh, wow. They drew Unmarked Graves into Sarah's Emissary. So, yep, and they can cast it. So they can play Sarah's Emissary, and you and creatures you control have protection from the type of your card type of your choice. So this player, Carl, is going to have protection from protection from humans. Protection from creatures. Yeah, protection from creatures, and our only way to win this game is through creatures. So we'll go ahead and pack it up. We'll let them know. That does give them that information that, at least in game 2, that we had no answer for that. Well then. But we still didn't see any board wipes. We still didn't see anything that makes me bring in any of those. Gideon doesn't do anything. Transmogrify. What does Transmogrify do? The most interesting thing here on Transmogrify is it is exile target creature. So it exiles Sarah, and it makes then the opponent gets to flip and find things, but we've seen them playing a lot less big scary stuff than us. So we're actually going to bring in the Transmogrify package. This might be a big mistake, but we're going to do it. We're going to bring in Transmogrify package. Chandra's... We're going to take out the Chandras for it. No, we'll take out the Chandras. We can also hard cast the Elish Norns if we draw them. Servos. A couple of Servos. Dragon Fodder. Oh, we have so little 2-drops now. So no, the Dragon Fodder has to stay. Figure out one of these other 3-drops to take out, or one of the higher cards. We'll take out... We'll take out a Sea of Paragoblins. We'll click Done. This is a weird sideboard. This is not what Transmogrify is for. I mean, maybe we bring in the Transmogrifies and not the Elish Norns. That seems like really weird, because are we going to really cast a Transmogrify on one of our things? Maybe. Well, that's an easy mulligan. And this is an easy keep. Well, not the easiest of keeps, but this is a keep. Do we put the Transmogrify back? I think I am. I'd rather not draw a second Transmogrify. And we also don't need the Transmogrify fast. If they play Sarah, we can just wait until we draw into the Transmogrify. Oh, Brutal. We mulliganed double Elish Norn, and we've drawn one. Will we get the double Brutal? Alright, we didn't get the double Brutal. Cast History. History notably can't be countered by Test of Talents. They don't currently have white mana. They now do currently have white mana. Play another one of this. Calls the Dead. Spell Pierce. Alright, we're going History of Benalia Tribal. History of Benalia in multiples is a very powerful effect. We've seen this in Standard when it was around. Oh man. Oh man. Double Faithful Mending, Unburial Rites. So, they hit triple cards with Flashback. They played land. We need them to not have board wipe. If they don't have board wipe, which they don't. Alright, and they still don't have Big Scary Creature in the graveyard yet. If we draw land, we did. We drew land. Our things are getting pumped. They're huge. We're going to play this. We're going to pay 2 life. We're going to Heroic. And we're going to attack for a lot. Is a lot the win? I believe it is. Yes, we attack for the win unless they can bounce one of these things. What a game. What a game. Alright, was that our turn? No, because we had 2 histories. So that was our turn 5. Turn 5 got him to -3. Yeah, interesting. Those were powerful games. Ooh, we ranked up. We are Diamond 3 gamers now. Alright, in this session, so far the deck is 2-0. The deck went 2-1 earlier today. So we're 4-1 on the day. Our loss being to Black-Red Sacrifice. So yeah, very interesting. That was a scary game. We got lucky that they didn't have anything in their graveyard to reanimate. But we saw a lot of stuff. We saw Spell Pierces. We saw those Call the Deads. We saw Test of Talents. We saw Stitcher's Suppliers. We saw Faithful Mendings, Unburial Rites. So how many big scary creatures, Champion of Wits, how many big scary creatures were they really playing at the top of their curve? With that many things to turn your stuff on, were they just Sarah? Surely they were playing something else. I don't know if that something else was Elish Norn. Or, I mean, seems like it should be Elish Norn. Once they played against us, surely there's some Elish Norns in the sideboard, if nothing else. So they could have brought in Elish Norn to destroy us. But, you know, anyway, things went our way. Alright, things started to not go our way this game. We lost the coin flip. Happens. Happens 50% of the time. Or maybe even a little more than 50% of the time, if you're me. Looks like a great hand again. We kind of wish we had a 2-drop, and then Virtues can be a little later. But we're going to keep this. They've got sweet cards. Sweet card frame. They're on Mardu. What does Mardu mean? Mardu Reanimator? Or Mardu, Niv Mizzet? The only thing I can think of for Savai Trion that's particularly good is Niv. Alright. There's... So, they're missing green. Everything but green on their side of the table. Play this, and we'll play Virtue since we don't have another 2-drop. We'll play History next turn into Chandra the turn after. Expressive Iteration. This again looks like Niv Mizzet now. The things they're doing feel Niv Mizzet-y. But we're definitely bringing in Archon next turn. Play Pyromancer. I'm gonna play the History. Niv Mizzet decks play a lot of board wipes. Play a lot of Deafening Clarions. Some play some Extinction Events or Shadow's Verdict. There's another red-white one that does damage. Each creature deals damage to itself. So yeah, there's green. So that's all 5 colors. Binding of the Old Gods. They're gonna destroy our token or the History. Probably the History. Oh, they're destroying the token. They're destroying the token. That's interesting as well. But we're gonna make a token. We're gonna play this. We're gonna play Chandra. Chandra is going to send 2 damage at their face. And we're going to wonder if we're going to ultimate this Chandra. Seems like ulting Chandra might be our game plan here. Alright, that wasn't their land for turn. That was the land off that. So there we go. 5. So incoming Niv Mizzet? No, incoming Territorial Kavu. Territorial Kavu notably... It's a 5/5, but it notably doesn't have Trample. Does have some card selection. They're going to get to discard their extra lands. They're going to get to draw cards. They're looking at history. History is going to make our token big next turn. Are they going to kill it? They're going to kill it now with Lightning Helix. So we are going to have blockers. I'm going to... Do I want to play this land? I think I do. I think I'm going to play the Shepherd Dunes. I'm going to make 2 mana. With that 2 mana and a Shepherd Dunes, I'm going to cast a Pyromancer. I'm going to put 2 Pyromancers into my graveyard. And I'm going to draw some cards. I'm going to cast a Legion's Landing. And now we have See a Pair of Goblins for the end of the turn. They can Deafening Clarion on us. Deafening Clarion is brutal against what we just did, and that's definitely a card in their deck. Because, yeah, we're really on ultimating this Chandra, is kind of what our game plan is. They're going to exile one of our Seasoned Pyromancers. How many things are we going to block this Territorial Copy with? Certainly 1, because, like we were just saying, we think Chandra is our win con. They've got board wipes. I'm going to block with everything. Because now they need to kill 2 of these to not trade. And if they use 2 removal spells to get rid of all of this, that's okay, because then they're down to 2 cards in hand. The deck also just plays a ton of land. These decks are usually like 28 to 30 lands, so we can definitely count on 1 or 2 of those cards in their hand being a land. Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah, nothing we can do about that. So instead they've opted... Oh no! Instead they've opted to kill the Chandra. They've used double Lightning Strike to kill the Chandra. That certainly is a bummer. Bummer of the highest magnitude. Interestingly, now, do I even want to cast the See a Pair of Goblins? I guess I do. I'm going to cast See a Pair of Goblins as 2 goblins. Prismari Command. So they're going to draw some cards, discard some cards, so they get to keep their best card. So they're digging for Niv Mizzet. Oh man, no land in hand. And we're still trading with this Kavu, and we're getting to keep 1 thing behind. We're keeping... Oh, I guess we're not keeping a token behind. Why are we not keeping a token behind? This should have dealt 5 damage, and we had 6 power, right? Am I missing something there? I mean, it feels like I must be missing something. Well... Yeah, we're going to go ahead and play this, because if we play this now, we get to flip Legion's Landing. And with a flip Legion's Landing, we can play one of these Seasoned Pyromancers. So if they do have Deafening Clarion, alright, they're digging for Deafening Clarion, or they're digging for Niv Mizzet. Expressive Iteration, fantastic draw for them. More card selection, more card choice. They're playing the land, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and slamming Niv Mizzet. Not slamming Niv Mizzet, going digging. Game not over. And we're going to... Is the game... Oh, ooh. Yeah. Is the game over on our side? I think. Yeah, take them to -5. We got there. We got there against Niv Mizzet. They didn't get a board wipe. They used 3 Lightning Helixes. That was fascinating. So they're going to have lots of board wipes, so Gideon's going to come in. Some of those board wipes are going to exile, potentially. And unfortunately, not only are some of those board wipes going to exile, a lot of these ones also play Vanishing Verse, a removal spell that Adanto is not good against. But they might take some of those out and put in more larger board wipes, but they have access to black, so... But we're going to bring them in. We're going to bring them in because the Virtues are coming out, even though it was great there. Virtues coming out. Servo is our worst of these, so it's going to come out because we brought in other 2-drops. Still need to take out 1 more card. Pyromancer was strong there. Pyromancer still, certainly at least one of them comes out. Is there anything else we want to bring in? Ooh, yes, Redain definitely coming in. And Archon, their lands all come into play tapped. So take out another Pyromancer. Maybe take out a Dragon's Fodder. So we're at 60. Not the Elish Norns. Not the Virtues. Not... I don't think we want Big Chandra. They might have, like, Drown in the Lock or something. And you don't always just have to bring in Big Chandra against things with counter spells. Big Chandra... Yeah, I guess it's just not... It's not good enough. So here's 60. We're going to go ahead and register this and see what happens. Against Jazzby. Jazzby. Is that how you say that? Jazzb. Jazzd. I think it's meant to say Jazzby. Feels like my gut is telling me that's a Jazzby. So I'm going to say Jazzby. Alright. Turn 1, Legion's Landing. Turn 2... Yeah, we're going to keep this. We're going to keep. We're hoping for a land. We're hoping for some stronger effects. I like this. Man, this animation over here is really cool for these little guys. Oh, this one's got like a little sword. This one's different. We saw like a little dark one earlier. Dune, Legion's Landing. Yes, we're going to pay 1. I don't think the life loss is super relevant here. But yeah, did he have a little animation? Ooh. 4/4 Kavu on turn 2 is pretty good against us. No auto pay. He'll go to next. Feels like we're losing game 2. Yeah, he like... Oh! What was that? He disappeared! That was so cool! Does he come back? Yeah, he comes back from the ground. So, notably, again, doesn't have trample, so we are going to block with our Ardanta. We'll... I guess they could have... I was going to say this is, like, great for us because we take 1 less damage, but they could Lightning Helix. Alright, they didn't, so... Yeah, we just saved a damage. Go to my turn. We're going to play Bugbear. Question is, what are we attacking with? Are we just attacking for 1? I think we're just attacking for 1. And we're going to leave Adanto on block so that we save 1 life. Might be relevant, might not be. Maybe we should just be all attacking. Looks like they might have a Deafening Clarion too. Expressive Iteration. Deal. We're going to play a Raise the Alarms. Next turn we'll be able to flip this Legion's Landing. They're building stuff up. They're going to keep on discarding cards and drawing cards. I didn't even pay attention. I assume they discarded a land. Yeah, land. Pass. We'll go to blocks. We will again. 1 block. Activate ability. Pass. Play Raise the Alarm. Auto pay. We really want to draw a white source, don't we? We didn't draw a white source. We could play Pyromancer, which I think is what we're going to do. Oh, we can... no, we're not. We're just going to attack with 3, flip Legion's Landing, then we'll double Raise the Alarm. Attack for 3. Flip Legion's Landing. I guess we're not going to double Raise the Alarm. That's a lie. We're going to play Adanto, and then we'll Raise the Alarm at the end of their turn. So if they don't board wipe and we draw Heroic Reinforcements or see a pair of Goblins, so we have 8 draws if they don't board wipe that are just... Are they we win the game? Feels like they're we win the game. Haven't done the exact math on them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16. Oh, yep, there we go. Is indeed a Deafening Clarion. So, I do want both of our friends to stick around. So if they have Lightning Helix, we're dead. If they have Lightning Helix, they got us. Which is fine. If they attack with Kavu, I assume they gave it lifelink. They did give it lifelink. Attack, 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 attack. Oh, they did. We get to double block because our guys are indestructible. I mean, they get to do more cycling. Maybe they're trying to dig for the Lightning Helix. Maybe they already have the Lightning Helix and they're just toying with our emotions. But yeah, we get to double block to take out this Kavu now because our creatures have indestructible. Oh, they have Vanishing Verse. Oh, that's exactly what we said they might have when we were doing sideboarding. So yeah, that is a bummer. We're going to go to 2. And now they've gained 5 life. We'll play this. I guess we're just playing out our hand. Yeah, we're going to go to 1. Take a token. And attack with everything we have. Flip this new Legion's Landing. We'll keep the new one. Take them to 14. We again have, you know, if they don't have another board wipe, they do have another board wipe. The game is over. The game has ended. Alright, so first game we saw 0 Deafening Clarions. This game we saw 2, which is fair. Like, that's how it goes. Alright, we'll see you on the play, opponent. We're going to give a minute, think about our sideboard plan. The Adantos dealt a lot of damage to us there, but I still think they're worth it. They're not. They're only playing. These decks usually play 4 Kavu, 4 Niv, so that's 8 creatures. So they're not always going to have a creature. Some also play Faceless, like 1 or 2 Faceless Agent. Is that its name? Faceless Changeling thing, because you get to put either a Kavu or Niv into your hand, and if you've already played a Kavu, or if there's a Kavu in your hand, then you just immediately get Niv, because it's the one that's most in your deck. So I think we're just running this back. I think there's nothing we want to change. Virtue doesn't change any math. Yeah, none of those guys are good. We lost before those were relevant, so we're just going to run it back. Alright, Jazzby. Alright, Jazzby with your cool Nicol Bolas avatar. Let's go. Let's play some Magic. Game 3. I will take the play. Yikes. Yikes. Here we go. Here's one of my sayings. The king of bad keeps, the emperor of bad mulligans. Feels like this should probably be a mulligan, doesn't it? But I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it. We got 2 into 3, and we're going to hope to never draw more land. 2 into 3, never draw more land. Let's go. Let's go say hi to our dragon friend. Make us feel better for keeping this. Adanto. Don't have Kavu this game. I think, did they have... I don't think they had Kavu game 1. Oh, no. Well, at least it's only a 3-3. So we are going to attack. We would gladly trade. They are aware that we would gladly trade. I'm going to play... I'm going to play History of Benalia. We'll take a couple of hits from this Kavu. Hopefully they don't have land Deafening Clarion. Hopefully they don't get to pump up the Kavu and Deafening Clarioness. The Kavu is a 5/5. That is brutal. And they get to fix their draws. They're discarding a Niv Mizzet, which means they have another Niv Mizzet in hand. I mean, that's the only thing that could mean. There's no way they discard Niv Mizzet without having a backup Niv Mizzet. But okay, things are interesting here. Things are interesting. We're gonna attack for 5. That's gonna happen no matter what. So I guess let's go ahead and do that. 5, get him to 12. I guess I want to hold one of these back in case they board wipe. We'll see a pair at the end of turn, and then we'll try to see a pair and win the game. If we get to cast see a pair into see a pair, we win. I would love... Oh, they've got Clarion. So we'll activate... Do we still win with see a pair into see a pair? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? Does it put them at 11? Do they go to 11 if we have see a pair into see a pair? If we top deck Friendship, we win the game. Top deck Dinosaur Friends, I guess I'm assuming they attack as well. They're attacking. We're not dead even if what we just laid out doesn't happen. See a pair. Create 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We can deal... Oh, they gained 5 because of Deafening Clarion. Never mind. All that math doesn't matter. So we'll play this. We'll play Gideon. Gideon is going to make Kavu not deal damage until next turn. Prevent all combat damage that permanent would deal. We'll attack. Get them to 12. Next turn, we can turn on Gideon and play See a Pair. They block that. Oh, they have another Deafening Clarion. We're going to go to 2, and we're going to die. Oh, they've got Fatal Push as well. Wow. Wow. Alright, yeah, we've lost this game. We have lost game 3, unfortunately. Brutal. Brutal. Double Clarion again in their top 15. So we're just going to +1, prevent the damage that he would deal. We also like don't have, I mean, our only utility land is Ramanop. That's also bad. I don't want to say unlucky, like, because that's probably, you know, perfectly within, obviously it's perfectly within the odds because it's happening. But yeah, we're dead. They got us. They got us. All right, we're 2-1. We 2-1'd earlier. We 2-1'd again. 2-1'd into 2-1, so the deck is 4-2 thus far in Diamond today. We're going to take it out for another spin. We're going to try again. We got lucky game 1 that they didn't have any board wipes, but they certainly got lucky game 2 and 3 to have double board wipe in their top 15 cards. Double Deafening Clarion. I actually can't remember. Was it more than double Deafening Clarion in game 2? I feel like they had triple Deafening Clarion, but that might just be, maybe I'm just thinking of like all the lightning helixes they threw around. The Adantos dealt us a lot of damage too. I'm not sure the Adantos were better than something else. Alright, we're on the play against Prismo 17. We're not keeping that, only 1 land. Not that bad of a mulliganer. We're keeping this. We're going to put back our 3-drop because we don't have a 3rd land yet. We're going to play Clifftop since we don't have a 1-drop. We're going to pet their dog. Oh goodness, he like growls at us a little bit. We're going to play Forbidden Friendship and attack. If they want to trade a goblin or a dinosaur for a Llanowar elf, deal. They do not. Dog's got a little bone. That's cute. They're on black-green Woe Strider. What does that mean? Like black-green value collected company? I'm going to play Virtue now and attack because we would trade with the Woe Strider. Still trying to do the math of that one game. We blocked with a 2-2 and 2 other 2-2s, right? On that Territorial Kavu? Or were those only 1-1s? If those were only 1-1s, then that all makes sense. But weren't they 2-2s? Didn't I have Virtue in play? I'm going to have to go back and like watch that clip. I believe that was in game 1 against them. So they didn't block. If they want to attack with Rose Strider, we'll probably block with the human soldier. We would like to draw. If we draw land, we can play Dragonfather and then Mayhem Devil. Oh, what are they? Now they're Jund. We see Jund, Shambling Geist, and they can sack things. Yikes! Our deck is not good against Jund. Jund Mayhem Devil. Yeah, Mayhem Devil is brutal, and this kills one of our creatures because Shambling Vent is also going to, or Shambling Vent, Shambling Gas will also give it -1/-1. Oh no, Shambling Gas just made a treasure. Shambling Gas and Llanowar Elf are really weird for Jund Sacrifice, aren't they? Is this a Jund Sacrifice with Bolos' Citadel at the top end? So yeah, they're still sacking creatures. This appears brutal. That is what this appears. Sack that. This doesn't feel like a good matchup. That's what this doesn't feel like. We've got 2 cards in hand. We've got 5 mana, so if that's Land Citadel, they're off to the races. Let's see what we've got. Alright, we've got what we laid out. We're going to make 2/2/2 goblins. Undoes some of the damage that they did, and then at the end of their turn, we will make 2 Raise the Alarm tokens. There's also some weird corner case. If they attack with this Mayhem Devil, and we get the chance to double block with 2 Raise the Alarm tokens, if they clear the path, yeah, this is, I haven't played against this, but yeah, this is clearly Boros' Citadel sacrifice, because they gain life whenever creatures come into play. Man, and they can just sack those 2 treasures to make 2 mana and just destroy us. Alright, we're going to cast Raise the Alarm. What's a good draw? Heroic Reinforcements? Heroic Reinforcements is a good draw. Chandra? Chandra would also be a very good draw. Alright, we didn't draw the things we just said would be good draws. So, I could play this and sacrifice the Sheffet Dunes. If I play this and sack the Sheffet Dunes, we get to swing for 12, which isn't lethal, but they go to 1. I mean, they would block some if we did that. What would they block? I think we're saving it up for next turn. Or are we? I'd really like to get the Mayhem Devil, so no, I think we're going for it. We'll pay 2 life. We're going to sack Sheffet Dunes. Because we still have... Oh, oh no! Sacking Sheffet Dunes deals 1 damage to something, and now they can sack one of their treasures to kill it. Oh, Collected Company, and yeah, that sacks both treasures. Oh, this is brutal. This is brutal. Did not line up how we wanted things to line up. We'll see what Coco gives them. I mean, even if Coco gives them, I mean, really anything. Another elf, a priest. Gonna gain some life. We're gonna attack for 9. They might just take 9. They're gonna sack one of something else. Sack the Llanowar elf, maybe. Sack the priest. Yeah, priest isn't particularly good against us. Or go wide token strategy. Yeah, now we're only swinging for 6. This game. Guess we're gonna see how they kill us this turn. Make them show us Citadel. Make them, I mean, really they can attack for just about anything. But if they don't have more sack outlets, maybe they're bored. I don't imagine. I can't see a world where we're winning this game. But if we are winning this game, it starts with the heroic reinforcements, and that was not a heroic reinforcements. We can't even attack here, so we're just gonna play our land. We're gonna play our dragon fodder. We're going to hope to draw better this next turn. Hope that last card in their hand isn't another Collected Company. If that card in their hand is yet another Collected Company, then we have to assume we're dead. It is indeed the second Collected Company out of 14 cards. That's brutal. That could have been much worse, but they're gaining life. Now the goose is going to keep making food. They've got triple Llanowar elves, so yeah, they're going to start sacking some elves to get rid of some of our board. I probably would have waited. There was no reason to do that now. They could have waited till their turn, see what they draw, and they get to sack 1 food to the goose. They could even... Yeah. Because if they'd waited till their turn, they could have tapped them to make mana, and then done them now. So, some poor sequencing on their end. But yeah, now they're going to just destroy us. Again, we'll kind of see how they do it. Since they've already done some mis-sequencing stuff, maybe they'll do some more mis-sequencing stuff. But no, they're going to attack the 3/3. Oh, they're not going to attack. Okay, just go to our turn. Well, it's okay, because we didn't draw anything, so the game is over. They could sack the food to deal 2 damage to us, sack the goose to deal 2 damage to us, sack the elf to deal 2, that's 6. And they had more stuff there, right, to sack. Yeah, Prosperous Innkeeper, it's 8. guess maybe that was a little hasty. Maybe that was a little hasty. But things weren't going our way. They're on a weird sacrifice list. Well, we didn't see any removal. You know what? We're going to do it. We're going to bring in Elish Norn. We're going to take out the 6 cards that we always take out when we bring in the Elish Norn package. But yeah, not seeing removal makes me say it's Elish Norn time. Gideon, not good enough. Archon, not good enough. Verdane, not good enough. So yeah, that's all we're going to do. That's all we're going to do, and we're going to see what we can do. Were we on the play again here? I think we've lost both times we've been on the play. That's always a bit of a bummer. Always a little sad when you lose on the play. We'll go, right, turn 1. Yes, we're going to keep this. Doesn't have the Elish Norn package, and really wants another land. I mean, obviously, it really wants 2 more land for heroic reinforcements, but we really want land for turn 3 for Benalias. And then if we miss turn 4, we still have the second Benalia. Alright, they're on Elf again. Oh, no. We're going to take 2. Play Friendship. We will gladly offer the trade, even though... I certainly would prefer them to not take this trade. I would like to get to attack with my 3 creatures next turn to flip this Legion's Landing. Alright. Hopefully, we're not losing a creature. Oh, and we drew land. So I think... having drawn land. The problem is, if we don't attack with our board, we might not draw land next turn. And the biggest bummer here is one of our creatures dying to legions. But we're going to do it. We want to flip our landing. They get to trade and destroy everything. Okay. Just trading for 1, and are they going to make a treasure, or are they going to kill one of our creatures? They're going to kill one of our creatures. That's fine. We're going to play History. And depending on what they do, we might just play History into History, and then get all those tokens and do the heroic reinforcements after we have all these tokens from Histories into play. So they need to play another creature now if they want to use Priest, and we would just sacrifice our Dinosaur. So that would be fine. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? They've got Goose. So now they could sack if they wanted to. They've still got 3 mana as well. Don't have red yet. Only red thing they seem to be playing, though, was Mayhem Devil. But Mayhem Devil's, like, the best card in their deck against us. Just passing. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and start doing heroic reinforcements now. Since we have another one, we'll do this one this turn and the other one the next turn. How many single target removal spells are they holding? Because they could use a spell to kill one of our knights and then use Priest to make us kill the Dinosaur. This is a big swing. And yeah, they're all going to turn sideways. They're just taking it. They're going to 4. Maybe they don't want to show us anything else in their deck. Maybe they've thought that was a little bit too much to overcome. He says, hopefully. He says moments before disaster. Let's see. What do they have? What do they have? What do they have? I'll tell you what they have. They have a cool little Eliwick. Eliwick and Frog Companion avatar. That is cool. Alright. They had the Mayhem Devil that they couldn't cast. So now they can sacrifice 2 things. Kill 2 of our 1/1s. Get 2 black mana. And they still have 4 mana to cast more stuff with. It's certainly powerful, but I think the second heroic reinforcements is going to win us this game. What does this trigger do? Any number of target players each lose 2 life and sacrifice a creature. So I'm going to have to sacrifice a creature. We'll sacrifice our dinosaur friend. And then they're going to get another trigger. And they've got 4 mana. So they could just be wiping our board. 4 mana to wipe our board. And that Mayhem Devil. Mayhem Devil, very strong against us. Feels like they have one removal. Witch's Vengeance. Wow. They chose Knight, so they destroyed both of our Knights. Man, we got destroyed, didn't we? So, we're going to play History of Analia. Maybe we should have held up Raise the Alarm. If we held up Raise the Alarm, then we could have... Coco as well. They have drawn very, very well these two games. Yeah, they've only seen 13 cards, and it's just lined up super, super well for them. Man. We're going to not block. I don't think we're dead to not blocking. They can make 2 black mana. They can still only make 2 black mana. They have just blockers galore. Alright, I think... So, if I make 2 1/1s, they block, block, block. Yeah, 2 1/1s doesn't do it. 2 1/1s does not do it. We can play another history. We're going to play another history. We're going to die to this other history trigger on our next turn, aren't we? Oh, well. Yeah, this did not go our way. We'll play this on red. We'll pass the turn. We're not attacking in the turn. We've got Raise the Alarm at the end of turn. I can't imagine a world where we win this game, particularly as we're going to take 2 damage from this History of Analia sacking. But we'll see. If they go all in on killing our tokens, it's possible they leave themselves open to Raise the Alarm Heroic Reinforcement victory, particularly as they're like just playing lands. But we probably have to do some blocking here if they attack. They're not attacking. I'm going to play Raise the Alarm. They're playing very conservatively, which maybe is correct. Feels like they could have won this game. So we'll see if we win off of all of these triggers, or if they're going to do stuff now. Surely they don't have another collected company. Surely they don't have 4th collected company in 16 cards this game. Well, 2nd collected company this game, but they had 2 collected companies game 1 off of like 15 cards as well. Looks like they're thinking about Priest. Priest kills both of our humans. We have to sack one of our knights. But Priest kills 2 other creatures. One of the devils. Interesting. So, I mean, a lot of -1/-1 effects. A lot of damage being dealt, but I think we're winning this game. Which is very surprising to me. I thought this game was definitely lost. I thought I was ready to go to the next round. Are they trying? But yeah, we're going to sack this one. And they'll deal 1 damage here. And this is at the end of their turn, right? So yeah. Pump. Dealing damage to me. Play Legion's Landing. Play Legion's Landing into Heroic Reinforcements and win game 2. Right? Even if they have collected company, right? Yeah. I was going to say, we win game 2 now. Interesting. Maybe if I want to do some math later, we can go back and look at that game. What did we see from them this time? We saw... Let's look at their graveyard. Again, lots of creatures that have 2... Yeah, I think we're going to stay on our weird Elish Norn Transmogrify plan. Click Done. But yeah, that was interesting. I think if we did the math, I think there was probably an avenue there where they could have swung. Particularly the first turn when I only had one 2/2 token and they had the Mayhem Devils. They definitely should have swung that turn with at least the Mayhem Devil. Would have gotten me down to 3, which then would have let them potentially do some, like, just sacrifice my board to a Woe Strider if they drew it effects. They drew a lot of land. But I just... Looking at all the pieces of the puzzle they had on the board, I'm pretty sure they could have won that game if they'd done some more math. But I guess we're happy they didn't. We've got an Elish Norn in our hand, which is not where we want it to be. So we're going to mulligan. Alright. This gets to do the Elish Norn. This gets to cast the Elish Norn. We get to turn 2 fodder, turn 3 history, turn 4 attempt to Elish Norn. Assuming we draw land number 4. So yeah, we're going to keep this in hope that Elish Norn killing all of their elves, their Woe Striders, their priest. And put back Chandra, because it's the thing our curve isn't doing. We're planning on... Chandra was the card we're planning on not casting. Well, that's brutal. There's one more Elish Norn in these 53 cards. If we draw the other Elish Norn, this game is over. This game ends on the spot. Okay, well, we didn't draw the other Elish Norn yet. There's still 2 more draw steps. 2 more draw steps to get absolutely blown out of the water. They've got red mana early this time. They've got Innkeeper. They could play Mayhem Devil right now so that when they sack that to kill one of our tokens. That would be brutal. Alright, Woe Strider. That's a lot better than Mayhem Devil. Gain some life. That does matter against us, but right now, Elish Norn is great against them. Foo boy, scary draw steps, but again, we did not draw the Elish Norn. Play History Benalia. They also potentially have Collected Company on turn 4. They could leave Collected Company up. If they leave Collected Company up, the scary thing about that, because they've already got 4 mana. They don't even have to play land. They did play land. Please play a spell. Play a spell so we don't have to worry about Collected Company. Well, they obliged. What the heck does that do? Yawgmoth, Thran, Physician. So, this is terrible. This is terrible. They can pay 1 life to sacrifice another creature, to put a -1/-1 counter on a creature. So they can sacrifice their 2 creatures to destroy whatever we're targeting with Transmogrify. This really, really hurts our Transmogrify plan. Man, what a bummer. What a bummer. So we would have to target one of the Knight tokens to make them sacrifice 2 things. But they just sacrifice Innkeeper, sacrifice the Goat token. Oh, man. They get to draw 2 cards. Wow. And you're a sorcery, right? You know, I guess we're going to play the other Benalia now. Because next turn, these Benalia tokens are going to be much larger. Well, much larger. Next turn, the Benalia tokens will get an additional toughness. So Transmogrify will be scarier. And will make them sacrifice 3 of their creatures to... So they'll have less blockers to take out, if they want to take out the one that we're trying to Transmogrify. Yeah, that's... Sounds better. Oh my god. No, the game... Do we keep playing this game? They're destroying all of our knights. We still get to make 1 more knight next turn. So, I guess we're still playing. A lot of our plan is still up for grabs. Alright, so... Yeah, we make a knight. The knight gets pumped. It's a 4/3. We play Den of the Bugbear. And we're going to try to Transmogrify this knight. Yep. I would like that to be an Elish Norn, please. They've probably got to read this card. They're like, what is happening? Think about if they have, you know, some sort of removal spell. If they have a 2-mana removal spell, then they just cast it and the game is over. Well, you know, I guess we're going to hard cast this other Elish Norn. But they can sacrifice all 3 of their creatures, which is what they're going to do. Sacrifice 1. I guess they could have drawn a removal spell. Nope, sacrifice 2. And sacrifice 3, or maybe they will proliferate with their treasure. If they wanted to keep Roast Rider around. They aren't worried about keeping Roast Rider around. So, alright, the Transmogrify got rid of 3 creatures. I mean, they got to draw 3 cards. No attacks. Yeah, this Yawgmoth destroyed us. This Yawgmoth, man. I've not seen a build with Yawgmoth. And maybe I just haven't been looking for it. Maybe they're out there. But wow. Yeah, and that sacks to destroy our things. They've got that. We just don't have... I guess we have Chandra's to answer Yawgmoth, but... What would we do if we drew Chandra? Like, Chandra, kill Yawgmoth. They've still got cards in hand. They're going to draw more cards. Sacrificing that. Yeah, this game is over. We can scoop it up. That was brutal. Yawgmoth was brutal. So that was another loss. Are we 2-3 now? Yeah, we went back down to Diamond 4. Well, let's play another one and try to get back up to Diamond 3. But yeah, that looked more like what we were expecting to play against in the higher-ups in Diamond. That looks like more like a tier deck. That looked more like a real deck. It's weird to see something that's like Cat Oven-y. It's weird to see something that's so sacrifice-oriented like that isn't running Cat Oven. Cat Oven, just a really powerful combination. Just this great combination, so it's really weird to see that. But I guess that took out the graveyard shenanigans that those decks tend to do, which makes some people's sideboards, I guess, less effective. Yeah, very interesting. Kodzilk? What's Kodzlk? I don't know how to pronounce that. Let's look at our hand. Legion's Landing, Raise the Alarm, Servo. So turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. This has turn 1, 2, 3, and 4 if we draw land. Yeah, so we're going to keep it. We will keep this. And our Clifftop comes into play untapped. Really wish we were on the play. This is a wish we were on the play hand. We'll play Legion's Landing. So, I mean, they don't get 1 free damage with Elf if they don't have anything to cast. They're playing Gruul. Feels like we lost this game. So yeah, man. Well, that's interesting. I think with that draw, we're going to play Clifftop. We're going to play Servo. And then next turn, we'll play Virtue and attack with our friends. Oh, we're going to go ahead and attack for 1 now because we're not blocking their Trampler. We're not trading 3 of our tokens for their 1 Spellbreaker. Do they have... Oh, they're not Questing Beast. Alright, so we now know they're not the Coco version. They're they're Beast Embercleave, which seems like the better version of Gruul currently. We could attack with everything. Flip Legion's Landing. Play Chandra, kill Questing Beast. Are we gonna play Virtue? Or do we want to do what I just said? If we do what I just said, we lose a token. I don't think we want to do what I just said. We're probably just dead. That's... Yeah, not to be, the game is probably just over. And next turn, hopefully we'll draw land and we can Chandra kill Questing Beast if we're not dead. Now we will triple block Gruul Spellbreaker. If they have Embercleave, we're done. If they don't have Embercleave, we are okay. But, yeah, Embercleave. We'll concede to Embercleave. That was brutal. I believe against Gruul we did bring in the Transmogrify package once. I mean, they've got Bone Crusher Giants, we have to assume. But we played against a weirder version of Gruul that had more to... But I guess they've also got... they probably have Burning Trees. They probably have Voltaic Brawlers, maybe Scavenging Ooze and Pelt Collectors. Talking myself into it. Also just because I don't really have much else against them. So yeah, let's do it. And that's another reason to do it. Pyromancer is particularly bad against them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, let's do Transmogrify package. And this might be the last game for this video. See how fast we get destroyed. Because assuming we lose this, then I think we were already 2-3, so I think this would make us 2-4 if we lose this game. Which means we're going to play something new tomorrow, which is exciting in its own right. We'll play first. Not with that, though. Mulligan. Oh, Elish Norn! No, not like this. We're going to 5. Mulligan to 5. We'll keep this. Put back Elish Norn. We're going to put back a land. Put back Elish Norn and land. And we're going to Friendship, hopefully draw land. Benalia. What is that? We drew a land. Whenever a long-time stalker enters the battlefield or attacks, you get an energy. Pay 2 energy, gets +1/+0 perpetually. Oh, wow, and it gives a card in your hand that perpetually as well? That's kind of crazy. But we'll go ahead and play this on white, since we have a double white card in our hand. We'll play Forbidden Friendship. We'll attack with our dinosaur friend. Offer the trade. They won't take it. They go to 19. See what happens here. We'll take Brawler, maybe. Get more energy. This is an interesting one-drop. This is an interesting deck. I wonder if this is in place of Pelt Collector. A lot of these lists play Pelt Collector. Magma Spray. That's fine. The other green's just going away. So they're attacking. I assume they're going to give it perpetually +1/+0. Yeah. It's an interesting card. We're going to take 2 damage and play a History of Benalia. If we don't draw land... If we draw land, we're probably Heroicing. But maybe not. Maybe we're just going to want to slam both Histories first and then Heroic. Ferocidon. We don't gain a ton of life, so that's fine. The bigger dilemma is definitely the taking a damage, because we do make a lot of creatures. We'll trade with this guy, and we'll take 2. Drew the Elish Norn. Yeah, the Elish Norn, undoubtedly the worst draw in our deck. I was going to say, is that the worst draw in our deck? But no, undoubtedly the worst draw in our deck. So now we're dying for untapped land. Don't show me Den of the Bugbear. Show me untapped land. We've got 20, so 3. We have 18 untapped lands in our deck. 18 out of 52. 18 out of 52. We can do it, friends. Oh. No. That's what I literally said, don't show me. That's the one card I said, don't show me, deck. We're attacking because our things are 4/3s, so they trade with any blocks. So they take no blocks, they go to 3. So, yeah, feels like we would have won that turn had we drawn untapped land. But we didn't. We drew Den of the Bugbear. Which is going to happen sometimes. That's going to happen. Den of the Bugbear still worth its spot. Very good card. They're attacking for 3. If they have Embercleave, we're dead. Right? No matter how we block, if they have Embercleave, we're dead. Well, we're going to block, because of that, we're only going to block that. Yeah. Show me Embercleave in the top 12. Yeah, Embercleave. Well, we've been asking the question of once we got to Diamond, will this deck still be viable? And we have learned the answer to that. This deck was super fun to play through Platinum, but we've learned that it's time to switch it up to something else. It is time to mosey on down the road and try something else, which is exciting because I do want to post more decks. I do want to post gameplay playing other decks, not just the same one. And we have been playing the same one for a while. And I do like playing this deck. I do like this strategy. It's fun. It was great through Platinum. We had a great week with it last week. But it's time to mosey on down the road and play something new for our next bit. I'm thinking that's something new. It's Halloween. It's like Halloween week here in the United States. I'm going to probably play some Halloween decks. I'm thinking some zombies for Halloweens, maybe some werewolves for Halloween, maybe some spirits. We could play spirits. I don't think there's enough skeletons to play that, or, vampires are a little Halloween-y. Like, all these Innistrad archetypes, now that we're here in the Innistrad era. I could play mono black vampires. I've got that built. That's a fun one. And we might give that a go. It's been good in the past. Don't know how much it is now, but very interesting. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Elsewhere. If you've enjoyed this content, please like, comment, and subscribe. All those things help the YouTube algorithm, show us to more people. I would certainly appreciate that. Simple, free way to support the channel if you have enjoyed this material. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.